Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to another episode at my friend Ninja's Seaside Auto House. I'll do this quick catch up. I've said it a couple of times. I'm spraying the interior of my van with lizard skin. It's a component that is a two-part. One part is sound deadener and the second part is a ceramic coating. I can't spray in sub-freezing temperatures, and if the raw material before you spray it gets frozen at any point, it will become useless. So I didn't realize this until I picked it up from Houston, but now that I know, I had to find some place to spray it. So I reached out to my YouTube channel, and one of you guys connected me with a friend of theirs. His name is Ninja. He has provided me a fantastic place to work on my van. He's doing some vinyl wrapping stuff, but basically I'm able to really dig into this thing and do it the right way, which is really, really nice. And I'm not gonna be freezing my cojones off. Tore apart the doors. I tore apart the interior. I've got the interior seating all out. I've basically stripped down this van and I'm prepping it for spraying. I was wishy-washy on a bunch of things, but last night I slept. I'm sleeping here in the shop, but last night I slept and I woke up with a renewed vigor, and I have decided to do a few things that I was a bit iffy on. One, I'm going to spray the doors. Obviously, the back doors here, I'm going to do everything except for where the windows will be. So those are all taped off and ready to go. I'll have to do one more inspection. I pulled the entire big ass wire harness off. That basically supplies the sensors and everything to the rear door. The motion, what is that? The rear collision sensor, all that stuff now is stuck in this hanging bag right here. The reason I did that is because that cable cruises through all of these corridors inside the walls, and I want to spray those. And I don't want to worry about taping wires or anything. I want to be able to get a really, really solid coating of this stuff. And so I decided to pull it all the way through. The other part that I want to spray in this beam here, because my air conditioning is going to mount right to this pole, and I don't want it to be a hindrance at all. So I went ahead and disconnected all the lights, and I had to take that cabling up through here all the way over and down. It was a real pain in the ass, but not my first time doing it, so it wasn't as hard as it used to be, but that's done. I've taped pretty much everything off that I don't want to get sprayed. There's an interesting wire harness here that goes across, and I took a bungee cord up to the bar there, and it lifts it up so that I can spray underneath without it laying down on the ground, because other than here, I don't want to take all the wire out from these, so I just did that. I also got under there and then taped off all of the cabling and everything and the dashboard that I don't want to get sprayed. Then I came over to the door. I was really nervous. That is an extremely opportune place for sound and for temperature differentiation, like temperature to come, cold to come through, heat to come through. Also, you can't really pack these doors with Havelock wool, which is that normally what you do with normal insulation for walls here in vans and stuff like that, sort of like fiberglass, but not toxic. It's just basically sheep's wool. But because there's the window mechanism, there's no real way to stuff it full of wool. But this door is very vulnerable to heat and sound. What I thought to do was spray this area, this area, this area, and this area. But I was worried about all these mechanisms that operate the window. I bagged them off as best as I could, and I taped everything off. I bagged the rail, and there's a rail here. I bagged it off. I saw a video on YouTube of somebody using aluminum foil, and holy moly, what a perfect tool to encase specific items and try to keep them from getting overspray on them. So all I have to do is take and pull this bag over, cut out all the openings, and then I'll have these pockets ready to go. So when I'm ready to spray, I'll just go ahead and spray those, the interior of the door. I was really, really nervous. As a matter of fact, I think yesterday's episode, I was talking about how nervous I was about doing these doors. Having a good night's rest, relaxing, getting my wits about me, and then coming at it with a fresh mind has given me all sorts of new ideas, and I am very, very confident now with the idea of spraying these doors now. Some of these wires are going to get some spray on them, but that's no big deal. It'll just thicken the wires up. It's not a big deal. But all the actual electrical components are all bagged up. Even though this portion here is stock full of stuff to prevent spray from going up and hitting the window in any way. So it is pretty well protected. So I've got to do that door, and then I think I'll be ready to go. I think once I do that door, I have to do a little bit more tarping. I'll do some sanding. I'll do a big clean, and then we'll be ready to spray. I'm a little nervous about spraying. I hope I do a good job, but that's the objective. So once I start spraying, I think it'll be about 3 or 4 days where you got to leave the stuff on to cure for quite some time, and I can like maybe pump some of these videos out, because I haven't been putting a lot of videos out because I've been sort of working on this van. Yesterday I was working until 1 in the morning, and I got up and got started around 7:30. So I'm just trying to keep on cruising. I also have some primer, and so I want to primer any spots that I think could use a little extra adhesion from the paint. I'm not too concerned about overspray in this area because the door panel is going to fit all over it. To be honest, it's almost a little overspray wouldn't hurt at all, actually. So spray there, I'll spray there, and then I'll spray this area here. Just try to avoid some of the internal components as much as possible, but down there, that whole area down there, I can spray. That's just empty space. That'll be great. All right, the next part is cleaning. I have basically everything done about as much as I want. Sanded and prepped and taped. Now I'm going over one more time with acetone. Any of the dust, acetone is going to evaporate and basically leave no trace, so I can paint right over it. Alright guys, we are getting closer and closer to showtime. I have all of the plugs here. I have all the threaded holes plugged with earplugs. I actually used all of the earplugs that I bought. I bought two cases. But there's still a few holes here, but I think I got most of them. Drinking a Modelo. Just to kind of tell you guys what I'm going to do next. I have 4 bottles of self-etching primer. I thought this was just really strong primer, and it etches as well, which I think will help to allow the lizard skin to grab it. I'll just choose some of the areas where I think that it'll do the most good and spray. Go through all 4 of these bottles. I have a mask here so I can wear it. I think I sprayed some of this yesterday, and when I went to bed I had a horrible headache. So I think this is pretty strong stuff. I'm still pretty nervous. Most of this frame has adhesive that's still on it, like right here. That's adhesive. I do want to tell you, I think that lizard skin is a great product, and regardless of how it comes out on my van, I think it's still a good idea to do it if you can. I'm doing it a very counterintuitive way, and so we'll just see how it goes. I think I've done as much as I can. I mean, obviously I could spend weeks with like Goo Gone and paint thinner and trying to whittle away at every single piece of like remaining adhesive, but at this point in time I'm just gonna say screw it and spray tomorrow. About time to go. So either way, you're gonna know. Oh, I'm not sure when I'm going to be able to get this video out. Hopefully soon. I've been so busy with this van that I haven't really been editing much. But I've been living in this shop for I think 3 days now. Like no shower, spraying all these chemicals and stuff. So I just took a ride out and went to Planet Fitness. Very nice. But let's take a look at the van and I'll show you what I did. It's very smelly in here. And I guess there's no real way around it. But you can see here, I sprayed a little bit on the floor here. I went ahead and did the edges around. Now these are going to be windows, so there's no real need to spray the inside area. But I filled up this card. 128 gigabytes. I have a lot to edit. I have a lot to edit. Ooh, the color on this is great. I feel like I'm in a modeling studio almost. Anyways, let's take a look at the van and then I'll let you guys go because I got to start editing videos. Holy Jesus. Anyways, I went over the wheel wells quite a bit. I sprayed the wall here anywhere that there was like adhesive residue and stuff, or anywhere that there was like a bit too much fuzz on top of the kill mat from that adhesive spray. I just sprayed. So I just sort of selected some spots and then sprayed those. So tomorrow we're going to spray the first coat of the sound deadener. I think I can say that with authority now. I'll have to get the compressor running, get a bucket of water, get my spray gun, and get to work. Finally happy that things might be progressing, so whether it's good or not, it's going forward. Anyways, thanks guys. Like, subscribe, share, comment. If you're part of like a forum for van life or anything, please give this a share. I'm trying to bring in that audience. I think they would be interested in the progression of this project, and I'd like to kind of like start sharing these experiences with people that could really relate. I know that a lot of you guys are expecting me, well, that you have come to me because of China or travel on a cycle, and this is different. So I understand some of the hesitation, but I do think that once this van is finished, the essence of travel will carry over into this new project, and I'm very, very excited about that. Anyways, like, subscribe, share, comment. Jayoe. We'll catch you tomorrow.